morning to one and all. With humble pranams at the sacred feet of the revered Sutturu Guru Parampara, I respectfully offer my salutations to His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, the present Pontiff of Jagadguru Sri Veerasimhasana Mahasamsthanamat Sutturu Sri Kshetra, President of Jesus Mahavidyapita and Chancellor of Jesus Science and Technology University. With his divine blessings, we begin today's inaugural program. A very warm welcome to all respected dignitaries on and off the dais, invited speakers, delegates, university officials, faculty members, students, press and media, and a guest from India and Japan. We are gathered here for the inauguration of the WANDERVOGEL-II program in collaboration with Hokkaido University, Japan, along with the International Conference on Bridging Chemistry and Food, an Integrated Approach for a Sustainable Society. To invoke divine grace, I invite Mr. Kavan S. Aradhya, first year CS student, to render the invocation.
नमो नमो शंकरी तनया गं गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया नमो नमो गं गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया नमो नमो गं गणपते अंकुशधर मंगलकर पंकज चरण अंकुशधर मंगलकर पंकज चरण भरण गणपते नमो नमो पंकजासनादि वंदित भक्ति हरण मुदित पंकजासनादि वंदित भक्ति हरण मुदित कुंकुमाभ गुणनिधि हरिकेश कुमार मंदार गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया नमो नमो गणपते नमो नमो वचनदल्ली नामामृत तुम्बी वचनदल्ली नामामृತ ತುಂಬಿ ನಯನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂರುತಿ ತುಂಬಿ ವಚನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಮಾಮೃತ ತುಂಬಿ ನಯನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂರುತಿ ತುಂಬಿ ಕಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೀರುತಿ ತುಂಬಿ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೆನಹು ತುಂಬಿ ಕಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೀರುತಿ ತುಂಬಿ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೆನಹು ತುಂಬಿ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲದೊಳಗನು ತುಂಬಿ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲದೊಳಗನು ತುಂಬಿ ವಚನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಮ
Thank you, Mr. Kavan. I now invite Professor S.A. Dhanraj sir to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, one and all. At the outset, I submit my most respectful pranams to all the glorious lineages of Sri Suttur Mutt and my humble pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Sri Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshkendra Magaswamiji, and seeking his divine blessings on the inaugural ceremony of the WANDERVOGEL program version 2 and the International Conference on Bridging Chemistry and Food, an integrated approach for a sustainable society. This program is a significant international academic initiative mooted between JSS Science and Technology University and Hokkaido University, Japan, in collaboration with CFTRI Mysuru and University of Mysuru. We are really grateful to His Holiness for his blessings. It is my proud and privilege to welcome today the chief guest of this function, Dr. K.S. Rangappa, who is a legendary researcher in the area of chemical biology, who has developed more than 8,000 synthetic small molecules from his laboratory, which are widely used in drug discovery and cancer research. He has served as a visiting professor in several universities in Canada and acquired many fellowships, including the fellowship in Royal Society of Chemistry, UK, Fellow of National Academy of Sciences, FNAC, Fellow of World Academy of Sciences, and many such fellowships. He served as a Vice Chancellor in KSAU a term and also in University of Mysuru a term. Professor Rangappa is presently serving as the Distinguished Chair nominated by NASI at the University of Mysore. He also serves as the Ambassador of Hokkaido University, Japan. It's our honor to welcome you, sir, for this function and kind acceptance to take part in this international conference and to be our chief guest. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Dr. C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Magavidyapida, as a highly learned academician turned administrator who has marked his presence and footprints in all the roles played by him throughout his term, with many distinction awards. And presently, Sir is our Executive Secretary at our JSS Magavidyapida. Sir, on behalf of you all, we are very glad to welcome you and also request your good self to preside over the function. With immense pleasure, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. B. Suresh, our beloved Director of Technical Education Division, JSS Magavidyapida, our visionary leader and mentor whose guidance steers this university with commitment and conviction towards excellence. Welcome, sir. I would like to welcome Professor Teruo Sone, the Dean of the Graduate School of Global Food Resources, Hokkaido University, Japan, and also followed by Dr. B. Siddhabasave Gowda, Associate Professor, Faculty of Health Sciences, Hokkaido University, Japan. Both are instrumental in bringing this joint international conference and the WANDERVOGEL study program at JSS Science and Technology University, Mysore. And definitely, their distinguished presence adds values and dignity to this occasion. Welcome you, sirs. I am also glad to welcome our respected Vice Chancellor of JSS Science and Technology University, Dr. A.N. Santosh Kumar, who is always supportive to any such initiatives taken by this university and guiding us through always. Welcome you, sir. It's my pleasure in welcoming Dr. M. Sendil Kumar, Director of Research, Central Coffee Research Institute, Government of India, to this event. I wholeheartedly welcome Madam Yuriko Zef, the Administrative Officer from Hokkaido University, Japan, and all the members of the student delegation from Japan, Hokkaido University, for this conference and the study program. I also welcome the student delegation from our sister institutions from Mysore, from Nanjangud, and also from Nagara. I welcome Principal Professor Nadaraju and Program Convener P. Mallu and other organizing committee members. Professor Mallu, please. Yeah. And other organizing committee members and the volunteers to this ceremony. I welcome Joint Director of Technical Education Division, Mr. Vasudev Rao from IRA, Principal and heads of various our sister institutions, pharmacy and so on. I welcome all the officers of the university, deans of faculties, heads of departments, faculty members, administrative and supporting staff and students. I also welcome all the invitees and guests for this international conference. I welcome the members of the press, electronic and digital media for their support given time and again. Wishing you all to have a wonderful conference day and a study tour program at the great heritage city of Mysuru and in and around. And once again, I welcome the all Japanese delegation to India, to Karnataka and to Mysore. Welcome one and all. We see? Right? Thank you, Nana.
Thank you, sir. I heartily welcome you to this program, sir. I now invite Dr. P. Mallu, sir, to brief about the conference.
Good morning to one and all. My humble pranams to His Sri Sutturu Guru Parampara with the divine blessings of His Holiness Jagat Guru Sri Srivaratri Desikendra Mahaswamiji. We are gathered here today for remarkable academic councils. The WANDERVOGEL-II Japan-India Academic Exchange Program, along with the one-day international conference on bridging chemistry and food, an integrated approach for sustainable society. Today is not just a formal academic event, it represents something deeper, a convergence of science, sustainability, culture, collaboration, and global responsibility. The WANDERVOGEL-II program stands as a testament to the strong and sustained academic collaboration between JSS Science and Technology University, Mysuru and Hokkaido University, Japan. Under the prestigious Sakura Science program, 2 batches of faculty and students from JSS STU have already visited Hokkaido University, gaining invaluable exposure to advanced research facilities, interdisciplinary learning, and Japanese academic culture. The 3rd batch, comprising of faculty and students, is scheduled to visit Hokkaido University in March 26, further strengthening this vibrant exchange. This academic partnership has already yielded significant outcomes. 3 MSc students from JSS STU have successfully completed their PhD at Hokkaido University, while 4 more students are currently pursuing their doctoral research there, reflecting the depth, trust and continuity of this collaboration. Importantly, the WANDERVOGEL-II program marks the first time JSS STU is hosting the WANDERVOGEL exchange program, making this occasion a historic milestone for the institution. Hosting this program underscores JSSSTU growing global academic footprint and its commitment to fostering international research collaboration, student mobility, and long-term scientific partnership between India and Japan. And this is where chemistry becomes central. In chemistry is not confined to the laboratory or textbooks. It is present in soil that nourishes crops, in the fertilizer that enhance productivity, in the preservation techniques that extend shelf life, in the analytical tool that detect contaminants, and in the molecular interactions that define taste, aroma, texture, and nutrition. This conference has been conceptualized to build that a bridge between chemistry and food science, between research and real-world applications, between academic inquiry and societal impacts. Today, deliberations will explore how chemical science can drive softer, safer, healthier, and environmentally responsible food system. The objective is clear: to promote innovation, strengthen interdisciplinary research, and inspire young minds to use chemistry as a tool for societal transformation. We privilege to host distinguished scientists who will enrich today's discussion. Dr. Siddhabasave Gowda from Hokkaido University will speak on lipid biomarker analysis in obesogenic conditions and neurodegenerative diseases. Professor Turo Sono, Dean of Graduate School of Global Food Research at Hokkaido University, will emphasize the need for interdisciplinary research and education in addressing global food challenges. Dr. Prakash M. Halami from CFTRI will explore microbial metabolites as novel food resources for sustainable society. Dr. Somasekara Gowda Patil from Central Coffee Research Institute will discuss the impact of climate change on coffee production and quality. Dr. B.K. Bettadaya from CFTRI will take us behind color and flavor into the deeper chemistry of spices, revealing how traditional ingredients hold scientific potential for sustainability and health. Dr. R.R. Ranganathan will guide us through the journey from laboratory research to food innovation, demonstrating how chemistry and biotechnology are reinventing the future of food. In addition to these invited tasks, we have 35 research poster presentations. These poster presentations represent the energy and scientific curiosity of young researchers. They reflect emerging ideas, experimental innovation, and interdisciplinary thinking. The poster session not only mere an academic formality, it is a platform for exchange, discussion, mentorship, and collaboration. It is here that future research network begins. The exchange program hosts 16 students, 3 faculty from members from Hokkaido University, Japan, along with 11 students and 5 faculty from JSSSTU, CFTRI, and University of Mysore, scheduled from 18th to 25th February 26, which is designed as an immersive experimental learning journey. It is not restricted to classroom lecturers. It integrates laboratory exposure, field visits, industry interactions, agriculture engagement, and cultural exchange. The delegations will visit CSIR, CFTRI to understand advanced food processing technologies. They will learn about Indian dairy system at Maimul. They will visit JSS Krishi Vijnana Kendra in Suttur to interact with agricultural scientists and farmers. They will observe organic farming practices at Paduguru and participate in an apiculture session at Ediala, gaining insights into pollination and sustainable ecosystem. The program includes exposure to coffee plantation in Coorg, including visit to the Coffee Technology Evaluation Center in Gonikoppa. They will visit coconut farms in Chennapatna and explore value-added processing at Kadu Winery. Further, they will engage with agricultural and food research experts at GKVK in Bangalore. These structured visits provide a holistic understanding of food resources from cultivation to processing, from rural farming system to advanced laboratories. Such programs foster mutual respect, intercultural understanding, and academic synergy. They build long-term collaboration that go beyond a single conference. They prepare students to think globally and act responsibly. In today's interconnected world, food security and sustainability not regional issue. They are global responsibilities. No single country can solve these challenges alone. Collaboration is essential. Exchange of knowledge is essential. Integration of discipline is essential. So, as we deliberate today, let us remember that science must serve humanity, innovation must be guided by ethics, sustainability must be foundation of development. To discuss, inspire collaboration, research proposal, create joint publications, exchange programs, young researcher find mentors and partnership. The ideas translate into solutions for safer and sustainable food system. We are not just organizing a conference, we are building a platform for future cooperation. We are strengthening international academic bonds. We are contributing to global food sustainability. With these thoughts, I extend a warm welcome to all our distinguished speakers, international delegates, faculty members, research scholars, industry experts, and students. May this international conference and WANDERVOGEL-II program be a grand success. May it contribute meaningfully to science, society, and sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now proceed with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. I request the dignitaries to kindly join for the lamp lighting ceremony, followed by a floral tribute at the revered portrait of His Holiness. शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदम् शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदम् शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदम् शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि Thank you. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, dignitaries. I now request our chief guest, Dr. K.S. Rangappa sir, to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ? Good morning everyone. My pranams to Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Desikendra Mahaswamiji, esteemed Executive Secretary of JSS, Dr. C.G. Besumat, the Pro-Chancellor of JSS, Higher Education and Research, Director, Technical Education Division, Dr. Suresh, my esteemed colleague and a friend of mine, Professor and Dean of Graduate School of Global Food Resources, Hokkaido University, Japan, Professor Teru Sona, Dr. Santosh Kumar, the Vice Chancellor of JSS STU, Dr. Siddhabasvegowda, Professor of Hokkaido University, Faculty of Health Sciences, Mr. Senthil Kumar, the Director of Research, A.C. Dhanraj, C. Nataraju, Professor Mallu, the Vice Principal, and the Program Coordinator, participants from Hokkaido University, arigatou gozaimasu. The honored faculty members of JSS, organizers, students, participants of this WANDERVOGEL-II program and international conference, Bridging Chemistry and Food, an integrated approach for a sustainable society. Ladies and gentlemen, media friends, it's truly a pleasure and privilege to be here with you today for the inaugural function of the WANDERVOGEL exchange program and this one-day international conference. I sincerely thank JSS Science and Technology University for this warm invitation. I am especially delighted to welcome our colleagues and students from Hokkaido University. Your presence adds truly a global dimension today gathering. Let me begin by congratulating the organizers for bringing together this wonderful academic initiative and connects chemistry, food science, who are sitting here from my CFTRI, good friends like Bettaya and Alami, and the international collaboration under one umbrella. The title of the conference really makes us very effective. Today's event beautifully reflects a simple truth. Means science has no borders. Science has no borders. Knowledge grows where minds connect across cultures, across countries, across disciplines, so that the mind connects. Joint programs like this are very powerful examples of how academic partnerships can shape young scientists and create lasting research ecosystems. I'm a chemical biologist. As a chemical biologist of the University of Mysore and as an ambassador of Hokkaido University, I have personally witnessed how international exposure transforms students not just academically but also professionally and culturally. I must have visited Hokkaido University 10 times with various programs. I was a visiting professor for the last 10 years. I had developed my research, and when I was the Vice Chancellor and the regular professor of the University of Mysore, we had MOU forever. These exchange programs, as I said, are not just about the laboratories or the lectures. They are about building friendships. They're building or sharing ideas. They are about learning different ways of thinking. And most importantly, are about preparing the next generation to solve global challenges together. Let me now speak about something very close to my heart, the India-Japan scientific partnership. India and Japan share a long-standing relationship built on mutual respect, mutual trust, and shared values. Over the past 2 decades, this relationship evolved into a strategic and global partnership extending into education, technology, innovation, and research. In India, we have agencies like DST, Department of Science and Technology, DBT, Department of Biotechnology, JSPS, JST, and MA actively support bilateral research programs. These memorandum of understandings enable joint PhD programs, faculty exchange programs, collaborative grants, and shared infrastructure. This is how the relationship grows between India and Japan. Japan brings precision engineering, discipline, and cutting edge technology. India brings diversity, scale, creativity, and young talent. Together, the strengths create a powerful research synergy. We are living in a time where climate change threatens agriculture, food security is becoming fragile, nutritional deficiencies persist, and chemical pollution impact ecosystems. Therefore, chemical biology and food science sit at the heart of these challenges. Though chemistry we design safer materials, greener processes, and smarter diagnostics, through food science we improve nutrition, preservation, and sustainable production. When these fields come together, we can develop functional foods, improve crop resilience, and create eco-friendly packaging, reduce food waste, and design bioactive compounds for health. This integrated approach is exactly what our future demands. The whole country should discuss with the collaboration of the many countries outside. This is the need of the hour. We should think, every institution like JSS must think in this line. Universities today must move beyond traditional teaching. They must become innovation hubs. Institutions like JSS, STU, the University of Mysore, CFTRI, and Hokkaido University are not just centers of learning, they are engines of discovery. We are the one who should discover. We should be held responsible for these challenges. Your responsibility is threefold. Threefold responsibility is very important. Number one, educate students with strong fundamentals. Conduct impactful research and translate knowledge into societal benefit. That's what we used to discuss with Dr. Suresh just now. The international programs accelerate this mission. Always. We should not keep this, research is not compartmentalization. It's a multidisciplinary, it's an interdisciplinary. When students from Japan work in Indian labs and Indian students train in Japan, something magical happens. They learn adaptability, collaboration, and global citizenship. Being an ambassador of Hokkaido University, I would like to take this opportunity to mention the research collaboration between the University of Mysore and Hokkaido University and also JSS, STU. This friendship has produced valuable academic exchanges. If you look at the exchange program between the University of Mysore and the Japan universities, we are made enough strong. But however, for the last 2 years, the University of Mysore has not been interacting with these universities at all. But I am sure universities like JSS, STU will take up this and bring good name to this collaboration between Japan and India. This is a right moment to revive and strengthen the collaboration between Japan and India. The presence of Hokkaido University faculty and students here today provides a perfect platform to restart joint projects. co-supervised the PhD programs, shared workshops, and exchange programs. I strongly encourage leadership from both the institutions to identify priority research areas, to identify and establish joint funding proposals, and you create structured mobility programs. Sustainable collaborations do not happen automatically. They need commitment, they need coordination and continuity. And I am confident that with this collective effort, this partnership can reach new heights. My few words to the students present who are here. You are extremely fortunate to be the part of such an international event, academic ecosystem, and use this opportunity to ask questions, learn from international faculty, build networks, expose interdisciplinary research. That's what I have been repeatedly telling. Before I conclude, let me once again appreciate the JSS Science and Technology University for hosting this important event and for nurturing international academic relationship. I thank the Hokkaido University for its continued engagement with Indian institutions. Let us ensure that today's conference is not just an event, but beginning of the renewed partnerships, fresh ideas, and impactful collaborations. Then I am sure this collaboration will long last and will come out with a fruitful results. I hope everything will be smooth, and I am sure the Hokkaido University students who are here, the faculty, they are enjoying the Indian culture and food. And let's meet very quite often and visit as many as institutions as you and see what kind of culture that you can take it back to Japan. And with these words, thank you one and all. Thank you for everything, and I wish you all the success for the future endeavors. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. May I request the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate the chief guest. Thank you, dignitaries. I now invite our guest of honor, Dr. B. Siddhavasavegowda sir from Hokkaido University, Japan, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. So first of all, with due respect, I would like to Sri Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Dev Deshikendra Swamiji, with all my heartfelt, pranamas to him. So I would like to begin my brief speech about this giant, cooperation between JSSTU, University of Mysore, and CFTRI, along with the Hokkaido University. So, probably there are lots of dignitaries here. So, without taking much time, first I would like to thank the few persons who are extremely support for this event. So the Executive Secretary of JSS, Dr. Betsuman, sir, and also thank Professor K.S. Rangappa for who is serving as a Hokkaido University ambassador and always keep supporting us throughout these events. And our Chancellor, JSSTU Chancellor, Professor Suresh Shah, and the Vice Chancellor, our Santosh Kumar sir, and our Principal, Dr. Natraj, and the Registrar, Dr. Dhanraj, especially our friend and very active academician, Dr. Mallu sir, for coordinating this event and making this happen in JSSTU. Well, I'm actually basically from the very close to Mysore. So originally, but I'm living in 14 years, past 14 years in Japan. With JSSTU, so JSS especially, when I get connected long ago in 2004, I've been to JSS Women's College in Saraswatipuram. A professor named Jayana arranged a conference and knowledge construction in physics. I still remember the event. It was a very interactive session. And why I remember this event, that's the first time I took my train to travel from Mandya to Mysore. That's my first experience in the train. Until that, I've never been in anywhere except my education near my village. Well, from there, we started that's the first incident and keep connecting with the many people. Later in 2019, I think we get connected with Professor Mallu sir, and he invited me for a conference. And then from then, last 7 years, we still engaging in. Initially, I came once, and then I bring to my Japanese colleagues, okay, JSSTU keep supporting us, let's get the benefit, to conduct some cooperations between the two universities together. And then last two faculties visited here, and now we are coming with two faculties as well as 15 students from our department. So while this keep continuing, these cooperations, we're expecting more bigger events, more bigger exchanges in the future. Well, I'm not a very, what can I say, good at speech because we are scientists, so more into the lab and education. So for the students especially, I would like to give few words and then end up my speech. So recently, this year actually, 2026 or 25 actually celebrated as a India-Japan Science and Technology Year. So this is the 40th anniversary of the first cooperation signed between the Japanese government and India, and our Prime Minister encouraged to conduct the various activities between India and Japan during this event. So before coming here, last week, I have been to Tokyo to conduct India-Japan Society for Science and Education seminar. It's an international conference we conducted by inviting Nobel laureate Professor Kajita Sensei from the University of Tokyo. So during his talk, I noticed that Professor Kajita is a Nobel laureate in physics for the discovery of the neutrinos as a mass. He's a cosmic ray scientist. So he told me that the first experiment they conducted, and they keep doing until that is in 1985 or something like that, around in that area. So they never had any MOU. They still keep collaborating until recently, 2015. They keep continuing the collaborations without any MOU. Can you imagine? Is it possible in the recent days? So that means that kind of mutual trust between the Japan University of Tokyo along with the TIFR, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. So then the recent they have told they have worked together in the KGF gold mines for their neutrinos experiments as well. Well, so that means if you trust, mutually, with mutual respect and mutual trust, can bring this research more closer and more closer ties between the two countries. So with this, so we are like acting as a bridges just to connecting various networks. So that's why we recently established this society in Japan, connecting the Indian scientists and Japanese scientists, and giving them those connections to the Indian students to explore, possibly, to study or to do the research in Japan. Well, there are lots of initiatives we have taken recently with the cooperation of several members within Japan, along with the several universities. Now we are working with, especially IIT Hyderabad. It's constructed by the JST, Japan Science and Technology Agency, so to build a large, massive infrastructure for the research and education at IITH. So these programs will keep, increasing because of Japan wants more Indian talents. So I quote this word because when Prime Minister visited our Japan, he mentioned this quote. So one thing is Japan technology and Indian, Indian brains, especially what we can call it as, can bring a kind of winning combination to do the research very successful. So we have talent, Indian talent and Japan technology. If you integrate this together, we can make anything that could happen. So that's kind of statement he provided, and it motivated us to do more such activities. Well, with this, I would like to conclude my remarks for this event, especially this international conference and the inaugural session of the WANDERVOGEL-II. One key thing I just give to the students, especially, we need to keep 3 C's in your life. 3 C's. The first is, this is the thing, communication. Keep communicate. Okay? Wherever you go, if you don't communicate, if you don't speak up, nothing will happen. So I have a worldwide many collaborations, but whenever I go, I keep communicating to the people. So once you communicate, what next? You should not stop. You should coordinate, right? You should connect them and then coordinate with them. What can be done next? Once you establish the collaboration, next stage is to building the community in a larger stage. Communicate, coordinate, and build a community that is good and more, safer for our future society. Either to say whatever the science it should be, food science or chemistry, whatever the discipline. So keep these 3 C's in your life. You can achieve many things. So with these remarks, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. May I request the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate the guest of honor. Thank you, dignitaries. Now I invite our guest of honor, Dr. Teruo Sone sir from Hokkaido University, Japan, to address the gathering.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To tell the truth, I have not expected to give a speech in this ceremony, so I have not prepared anything. So, but I should say, I would like to say deep thank to JSS STU to make this event to be the truth. I mean, this opportunity. I have not expected this big ceremony in the beginning of our WANDERVOGEL study. This is very unusual. Just usually we go there, go to some country and do the study and go back. But I'm very surprised to have this big ceremony, and I'm very, 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 very happy to be here after the 2 years of preparation for this WANDERVOGEL study. Since I visited here in 2024 January, we talked about this WANDERVOGEL study, and finally we could be here with all the students of the master course, first grade in our Graduate School of Global Food Resources. And we spent 1 day already, but we already enjoyed a lot visiting the places, palace, and also for the markets, and all of my students enjoyed very, very much. And including this international conference, they will learn a lot about that. After this, we have 9 days more a program of this WANDERVOGEL study, and I expect my students to learn many aspects. What's happening in this growing economic country, and that will be precious things for them. So I like to close my speech, but I will send my deep thanks to JSS STU University and all the guests today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I request the dignitaries to felicitate the guest. I now kindly request the dignitaries to felicitate our guest from Japan, Dr. Yuriko Zeff Ma'am, Administrative Officer, Hokkaido University, Japan. Ma'am, kindly accept our honor. I also request the dignitaries to felicitate Dr. M. Senthil Kumar Sir, Director of Research, Central Coffee Research Institute, Government of India. Thank you, dignitaries. I now invite Dr. A.N. Santosh Kumar Sir to address the gathering.
At the outset, I submit my most respectful pranams to the Sutturu Guru Parampara, and I offer my humble pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Swamiji. Hello, namaskara, a very good morning to everyone. President of the inaugural function, Dr. C.G. Betsormat, Executive Secretary, JS Mahavidyapita, respected Chief Guest, Dr. K.S. Rangappa, Ambassador, Hokkaido University, Japan, Nasi Distinguished Chair, Professor and former Vice Chancellor of University of Mysore and Karnataka State Open University, Dr. B. Suresh, Director, Technical Education Division, JSS Mahavidyapita, and Pro Chancellor of JSS HR, University of Noida, as well as Mauritius, Professor Doro Sone, Professor, Dean of the Graduate School of Global Food Resources, Research Faculty of Agriculture, Hokkaido University, Japan, Dr. B. Sitabasvegoda, Associate Professor, Faculty of Health Sciences, Hokkaido University, Japan, Dr. M. Senthil Kumar, Director of Research, Central Coffee Research Institute, Government of India, Dr. S. A. Dhanraj, Dr. S. Nataraju, Dr. P. Mallu, keynote speakers, deans, university officers, heads of departments, faculty members, industry delegates, guests from Japan, participating students, presenting posters and papers, the Joint Director, Technical Education Division, Dr. Basav Kumar, our Pramod, Principal of Pharmacy College, Dr. Vasu from IRI, and all others who are present here, especially from Mysore University as well as CFTRI. I am extremely happy to extend a warm welcome and also greetings from JSS Science and Technology University, the occasion of the International Conference on Bridging Chemistry and Food, an integrated approach for sustainable society being organized by our university. Dear friends, keep it very short. We are living in an era of paradox. On one hand, we have made unprecedented advancements in agricultural yields and food processing. On the other hand, we face the looming threats of climate change, nutritional insecurity, and the environmental cost of food production. For decades, chemistry and food science were often viewed as distinct silos, one focused on molecules and reactions, the other on consumption and taste. Today, this conference challenges that separation. It asserts that chemistry is the language and food is the conversation. Why is this bridge between chemistry and food so vital? When we look at simple grain of rice or a complex processed meal, we see a symphony of chemical interactions. But today, our focus must shift from merely understanding these interactions to optimizing them for the betterment of the planet. Today, it is about preservation without toxicity. How do we use green chemistry to extend shelf life without relying on harmful preservatives? Today, it's about nutrition availability. How do we engineer food structures at a molecular level to fight hidden hunger and malnutrition? Today, it's also about waste valorization. How do we turn the waste from food processing into biofuels or bioplastics using chemical principles? We have a few statistics. Some of them are very concerning, alarming. Some of them are very encouraging as well. It is very heartening to note that the green chemicals market in India is currently valued at approximately $7 billion American dollars and is projected to more than double by 2030, growing at approximately 10%. The market for natural food preservatives in India is also growing steadily, driven by the clean label movement. It is expected to reach nearly $145 million by 2030 as consumers reject synthetic additives. Of course, there are some concerns like wastage of food. India generates nearly 80 million tons of food waste annually. In terms of total volume, we are the second highest in the world, only after China. This wastage translates to a financial loss equivalent to roughly or 1 to 1.5% of our GDP itself. If we can use green chemistry to save even 10% of this waste, we could feed millions without growing a single extra grain. For too long, industrial chemistry and environmental preservation were seen as adversaries. This conference makes a paradigm shift from that. We are here to champion green chemistry as the backbone of the modern food industry. The integrated approach towards sustainability, because that is the theme of the conference, for sustainable society, how we can integrate both food and chemistry. We cannot solve the food crisis in a laboratory alone. We need engineers, biologists, chemists, and of course, policymakers to work together. As we strive toward the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, specifically zero hunger and responsible consumption and production, the role of the scientist changes. At the same time, the consumers are increasingly demanding safer food. A recent report suggests that 84% of the Indian urban consumers are now actively seeking safer, healthier food choices, and nearly 50% prioritize eco-friendly packaging as well. The sustainable food packaging market in India is currently valued at over 4.5 billion American dollars and is growing at over 10% annually. The Indian organic food market is projected to grow at a massive 20%, potentially reaching $9 to $10 billion in value in the coming years. In this scenario, we are no longer just researchers, we are guardians of the future. We must develop methods that ensure the food on our plates does not deplete the soil beneath our feet. We need sustainable practices. There are several challenges. The environment is completely contaminated by hazardous materials, especially chemicals, solvents, pesticides, and many more. Identifying, handling, storing, transporting, and disposing of these chemicals, especially the pesticides, is so very important. It gets into the food and water very easily. It is posing grave danger to human health, safety, and the environment as well. Hence, we must move beyond the era of harsh solvents and non-biodegradable plastics. The future belongs to supercritical fluid extraction, edible and biodegradable packaging, and valorization of food waste. At the university, our university, we have always believed that science must serve society. We are committed to interdisciplinary research, which helps us to drive this change. We encourage our students and faculty to look beyond the textbook and be actively involved in research and innovation. I'd also like to from our chief guest, Dr. Rangappa, sir, that being the brand ambassador, he was talking about close collaboration. In the coming years, we will take this collaboration to the next level, and we have a few people, scientists who are working even with us, right, and already collaborating with Dr. Sidbaswegowda and Toro Sone, etc. To the young scientists and researchers here, do not just study food from as yet another subject. Study it to invent a biodegradable wrapper. Study it to fortify rice for malnourished child. Study it to make food safety accessible to the poorest nations. As researchers, our mandate is clear. We must design chemical processes that reduce or eliminate the use and generation of hazardous substances. We are not just making food, we are engineering a cleaner planet. Today, as you present your papers and debate your findings, urge you to keep the societal impact at the forefront of your discussions. Let this conference be a hub of inspiration where innovation catalyzes sustainability. I congratulate the organizing committee, the Department of Chemistry and the collaborative departments from both the universities, Hokkaido University as well as JSS Science and Technology University, for curating such a relevant theme. I wish you all meaningful deliberations and a memorable stay in Mysore. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. C.G. Betsur Matsar to deliver the presidential address.
At the outset, I offer my humble pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, distinguished chief guest, Dr. K.S. Rangappa, guests of honor, Professor Tenu Sone and Dr. B. Suresh, Dr. Santosh Kumar, Dr. Sidbaswegowda, dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Senthil Kumar, Dr. Dhanraj, Dr. Natraju, Dr. Mallu, speakers, esteemed delegates from Hokkaido University, CSIR, CFTRI and the University of Mysore, all faculty members, colleagues, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, media and friends. Good morning everyone and greetings from JSS Mahavidyapita. I also convey the blessings of His Holiness Swamiji for the success of this event. I also extend a very warm welcome to all the delegates from Hokkaido University to this beautiful city and to our campus. The other day in one of the functions, I was discussing with my other colleague, presidential address is the most boring part of any of the functions. And I also noticed that some of the participants here, they already gone into cat napping. I was going through the program list also. I am given 10 minutes of time to speak here. Rangappa was also given 10 minutes time and all others were given only 5 minutes time. Okay, but since this is inevitable, you have to bear with me, but don't worry, I will take I will not take more time and also boring. It is a matter of immense pleasure and pride for me to be the part of this inauguration of International Conference on Bridging Chemistry and Food, an integrated approach for a sustainable society, along with the Japan-India academic collaboration, WANDERVOGEL exchange training program. This combined event reflects the vision of JSS institutions to promote excellence in education, research, and international cooperation. The partnership between Hokkaido University, JSS Science and Technology University, CSIR, CFTRI, and the University of Mysore is a good example of how universities can work together across countries to solve global problems. The theme of this conference is highly relevant in today's world, and the integration of chemistry with food science, agriculture, biotechnology, and environmental sustainability is essential to ensure food security, public health, and responsible resource management. Through expert lectures and scholarly discussions, this conference, I hope, creates an important platform for knowledge exchange and innovation-driven research. As rightly mentioned by our chief guest, the objectives of this conference are to connect chemistry and food science to support sustainable solutions, encourage innovation in safer, healthier and eco-friendly food systems, promote chemical approaches for better nutrition, reduced waste and improved food security, and inspire young researchers to apply chemistry for societal benefit. The WANDERVOGEL-II program further strengthens the academic bond between India and Japan, and the participation of the students and faculty from Hokkaido University fosters cross-cultural understanding, collaborative learning, and experiential exposure. Dr. Sid Basvegoda and also our chief guest mentioned about how India and Japan partnership help build and strengthen the collaboration, and also how such initiatives nurture globally competent graduates equipped with scientific expertise, social responsibility, and a spirit of cooperation. JSS Mahavidyapita has always upheld the principle that education must serve society. By organizing events of this nature, we reaffirm our commitment to value-based education, research, excellence, and sustainable development. The interaction between international and national experts, researchers, and students will undoubtedly pave the way for meaningful collaborations and impactful outcomes. I appreciate the efforts of the Department of Chemistry, headed by Dr. Mallu, the organizing committee, and all partner institutions for their dedication in organizing this significant program. I am confident that the deliberations of this conference and the activities of the program will contribute to strengthening bilateral academic ties and advancing scientific progress. I am happy to know that during your structured visits to many places in and around Mysore, you will be visiting our Krishi Vijnana Kendra at Suttur, and I am also happy that during this visit you will visit our 1069-year-old Suttur Mutt. Let us continue to work together in the spirit of cooperation and shared vision to build a sustainable and healthier world for future generations. With these words, I extend my heartfelt wishes for the grand success of this conference and the WANDERVOGEL program. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.
you, sir. To formally conclude this inaugural program, I invite Dr. C. Nataraju, sir, to propose the vote of thanks. I request Dr. B. Suresh, sir, to accept a token of appreciation. I request Dr. S. A. Dhanraj, sir, to accept the token of appreciation. Thank you, sir.
My humble pranams to Sri Sutturu Guru Parampara. Going to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshkendra Swamiji and seeking His divine blessings. It's my proud privilege and honor to propose vote of thanks on the significant occasion of WANDERVOGEL-II program and the International Conference on Bridging Chemistry and Food, an integrated approach to sustainable society. First and foremost, I express my heartfelt gratitude to His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshkendra Swamiji for his continued blessings and spiritual guidance, which remain the foundation of all our academic and societal endeavors. I extend my sincere thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. K.S. Rangappa, Ambassador of Hokkaido University, Japan, and NASI Distinguished Chair Professor, for gracing this occasion and inspiring us with his presence and words of wisdom. Thank you, sir. My profound thanks to the President of today's function, Dr. C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita, Mysuru, for his valuable presidential address and constant encouragement to promote academic excellence and international collaboration. Thank you, sir. I am deeply grateful to our distinguished guests of honors, Dr. B. Suresh, Pro-Chancellor, JSS Academy of Higher Education, Director, Technical Education Division, JSS Mahavidyapita, Professor Tero Sone, Professor and Dean of the Graduate School of Global Food Resources, Hokkaido University, Japan, for their presence. I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. A. N. Santosh Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of JSS Science and Technology University. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt appreciation goes to Professor N.K. Lokanath in his absentia, Vice Chancellor, University of Mysuru. I thank Dr. S. A. Dhanraj, Registrar, JSS Science and Technology University, Mysuru. I also extend my gratitude to Dr. Senthil Kumar, Director of Research, Central Coffee Research Institute, Government of India, for his valuable contribution and association with this conference. Thank you, sir. I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. B. Siddhabasave Gowda, Associate Professor, Faculty of Health Sciences, Hokkaido University, Japan, for his active collaboration and support in strengthening the Japan-India academic partnership. Thank you, sir. My congratulations to Dr. P. Mallu, Vice Principal, Program Convener, and Professor, Department of Chemistry, whose dedicated efforts, planning, and collaboration made this WANDERVOGEL-II program and international conference a reality. I gratefully acknowledge the presence of our invited speakers, faculty members, researchers, industry experts, and especially the international student delegation from Hokkaido University participating in the WANDERVOGEL-II program. My appreciation also goes to all research scholars and participants who presented their valuable work in today's technical sessions and poster presentation. My sincere thanks to Professor Basawakumar, JD, Technical Education Division, JSS Mahavidyapita, Professor Pramod Kumar, Principal, JSS College of Pharmacy, Mysuru, Professor Ilangovan, Principal, PDA and Coordinator, TED, scientists from CSIR, CFTRI, Mysore for their presence. I thank all the deans, heads of the departments, faculty members, administrative staff, technical staff, and student volunteers. My sincere thanks to management of IRI for providing the infrastructure for this program, especially Vasudev Rao. My heartfelt thanks to the print and electronic media personnel for their coverage of program who support and coordinate the organizing all the events of our institutions. My sincere regards and appreciation to Madam Yuriko Jeff, Administrative Officer, Hokkaido University. Thank you, Madam. My sincere thanks to Sri Kavan S. Aradhya, student, NADA team, JSS STU, who rendered invocation, and Ms. Chetana, research scholar, for conducting the Master of Ceremony. Last but not the least, I express my sincere thanks to organizing committee, every participant and attendee for your valuable presence. With gratitude in our hearts and renewed commitment to academic excellence and global collaboration, we conclude today's inaugural session. Thank you all once again. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for delivering the vote of thanks. I also thank Dr. P. Mallu, sir, program convener, for organizing this event. This concludes the inaugural program. We will now break for tea. Kindly proceed to the designated area. I also request all the other delegates to kindly reassemble on time for the invited talk that has been scheduled in the same auditorium. Thank you.